Hi, Jim Dite, CEO, Terra. Hey, we're looking at employment. And the first thing I'm going to do is look at all of the borrowers in my pipeline sorted by years on the job of 0 to 1, 1 to 3, and so forth, monthly income, and liquid assets, some of the key aspects in looking at the credit profile. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and using Coheus, I'm going to search for the word chef. And anybody who is in my pipeline that has a job title of chef, I want to look at. Why? Because those particular positions have a lot of stress in employment. So what I've done is I've looked at all of the loans in my pipeline that carry the title chef. And I also have the highlights of saying there's no back end ratio here, so I need to look at that. If I get into, here's an elevated DTI, as I go through here, I see some of the aspects that may want to have me really look at these loans a little bit more carefully. While keeping that filter of chef on, I can look at the back end data, the LTV ratio, and identify potential risk elements in the pipeline. I'm then going through and looking at some of the overall aspects. So here I see some LTVs and some back-end ratios, some FICO scores that just don't make sense. If I want to sort just on borrowers who have less than 1 year in the job, now I've isolated down on the LTV ratio of borrowers that just have less than 1 year in the job. And this allows me to really take a look at some of the risk elements and have all the information, including monthly income, liquid reserves, LTV, back-end ratio, FICO score, all in one place. If I wanted to put down and look at someone with income of 0 to 5,000 at the same time, keeping those filters on, I can hone in on the risk elements in my pipeline simply by going through and looking at low liquid reserves, income under 60,000, and if I looked at low 0 to 10,000 of liquid assets, I've now isolated my pipeline, all of the loans by employment, by these key ratios to evaluate whether or not these loans represent an appropriate risk.